Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Veil with Divine Lee. I am your divination diva, the paganess, Divine Lee. It's been a while since I've been on, and I had to deal with some background things, but I've been feeling the strongest pull lately to getting back out here and getting back on the job. So here I am. I figured I'd pull us some cards today, do a light read for the collective. And today in meditation, I heard that we needed to do something on the power of self restoration. Looking to our ancestors and our guides for guidance and protection as we work towards self restoration as we prepare for 2026. So, I am going to go ahead, get a little shuffle going, and we'll go from there. So I do want to start by saying that I did pull a couple of my rune cards, and I will share the message that I got from it in regards to self-restoration. So I will say that I am still fairly new working with and learning about runes. So, I wasn't going to do that at first. I was just going to keep it to myself. But Sweet already said, don't do that. You're a wise one. You're learning, my girl. So I'm going to take that as a confirmation that I do need to go ahead and share what I learned. And it does tie into the point of self-restoration. So one of the things, obviously, as you just seen, that I've been working on with my self-restoration is the belief in my knowledge, my intuition, and my inner power, my inner knowing. And, that's why it was so significant to see that wise one come out. Because I literally was saying to myself, is there going to be somebody that's going to be like, girl, if you just said you're just learning runes, why would you? But, hey, yeah, I am still learning. It doesn't mean I just started today. It just means that I don't have the 100% ins and out. And at the end of the day, I need to let that go because everything is a learning experience. Once upon a time, I had no idea what these things meant, but I knew what they made me feel, and that's what I started in. So just throwing that little tidbit out there. It goes with self-restoration, restoring your belief in yourself or restoring your self-belief. So if there's somebody out here that this is resonating with, know that this is your confirmation that you are either on the right path of working towards restoring your self-belief, your self-confidence, or this is your sign that that's something that you need to start doing when it comes to shadow work. Okay, Spirit, I didn't even peep that you gave me to. Okay, feeling this one. It's so funny that this Medicine Guardian came out because I am having a little issue with my throat. Like this morning I woke up with a little tickle, and my little one is sick, so I'm believing that I may have had something passed on to me. So another point of self-restoration is taking care of your health, obviously. So there are those of us that aren't feeling well, or those of us that are feeling like maybe it's time for those doctor visits, some checkups. I'm feeling the energy of somebody who's been a little worried about some kind of a physical ailment, or maybe concerned about their own mental health. This is your sign, this is your confirmation to either get it checked out or that you did the right thing by even recognizing that there was something going on with you. A good point in self-restoration that we need to be working on is just literally restoring our health, right? Eating cleaner, I'm definitely hearing there are a lot of us that need to get into exercising, even if you're in a situation where you can't do a lot, light yoga. I'm hearing walking or getting out in the daytime, also to restore your mental health and your physical health in one. Get out in nature a little bit more. Obviously, where I am, it's December and it's butt cold. So we just had a little bit of snow not too long ago. I mean, it was decent yesterday, so you can't even look outside and really tell it snowed, except for little patches here and there. it's already melted. But the point being that even though it's a little cold outside, there's nothing wrong with getting out, just breathing some of that cold air. Even if you just step outside your door for 5 minutes, just some breathing exercises, deep breathing. I like to do 4-4-4 breathing, where it's breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, and so on. So even if you just step out, do a couple reps of that, walking up and down the driveway or up and down your street or whatever, however you can make it work for you. Spirit is definitely saying that you're being called as a means of self-restoration to find ways to incorporate being outside and grounding yourself. For the spiritual ones like myself, grounding right now is very, very important. So that is also falling in line. I'm hearing with the with that medicine guardian energy, with that energy of caring for oneself, which, like I said, this read is about self-restoration. Clearly, we can't restore ourselves without doing some self-care. So I'm definitely hearing the grounding, getting outside, and like I said, doing the breath work, and walking, or however you can make it work for yourself. For those who can't go outside, if you can move around in your house, then, walk back and forth, walk a lap around a room, walk a lap up and down the stairs or whatever, but you definitely want to start moving your body. I'm feeling the energy of someone who has been kind of sitting still, wanting to move their body, but they've been, kind of going through some mental stuff. Know that this moving your body will also help to kind of shake loose whatever is stagnant or blocked in your mindset. So know that it's tied in one. Again, mental and physical health are tied into one. So if you're taking care of yourself physically, you're ultimately taking care of yourself mentally. So with that self-restoration idea in mind, you definitely want to take a little time out to do some exercises. And remember, you don't have to do what you see everybody doing on YouTube. I found some amazing rabbit holes to go down into when it comes to exercise and basically just rebuilding my mindset and my body. And so there's some amazing videos, but sometimes it can be a little bit of an overload. Like sometimes I feel like I'm receiving too much information. There's just way too many videos for me to find dealing with certain things. So in that case, I tend to just remind myself that I'm just collecting information. Not everything is going to resonate with me. Not everything has to be for me. So, that kind of helps me to filter out the things that I'm really interested in. I also try to concentrate on what am I looking for right now when I'm looking, down this rabbit hole, so that I don't go too far, so I don't become too overwhelmed, and then I end up getting all this information that I don't even use. So, to my friend in the collective that is going through that same thing, know that you're not alone. Definitely hearing meditate more, connect to your spiritual self more. There's somebody that is definitely trying to do that. This is your sign, this is your confirmation. Our spirit guides are saying good job, keep it up. It starts out slow, it starts out a little for me, it was like, am I doing it right? And I'm feeling like there's somebody that there's someone in this collective that's saying the same thing or feeling the same way. Yes, you're doing it right. However you're doing it, the fact that you've started, you're doing it right. If you are, finding yourself overwhelmed with the am I doing it right, start with guided meditations. You literally don't have to do anything but close your eyes and listen. Follow the directions and just let it come naturally. You don't have to do it for 10, 20, 30 minutes. There is no right amount of time. For somebody that had that question, well, how long will I know to do it for? Which videos do I pick? How long should the videos be? Whatever you have time for at the moment that you're doing it, whatever you feel is what you should be doing, is what you should be doing. Also know that a lot of people get caught up in the beginner phase with that, am I doing it right? How do I do it? Yada yada. Know that when you're on your healing journey, there are instructions with how to do certain things, but a lot of your healing journey is going to be based on what you're feeling on your own, what makes sense to you, right? I'm hearing you trust yourself, trust your mind, trust what you think is right, trust what you can do. How do you want me to say that, Spirit? How do you want me to say that? Trust in yourself. Trust in your instinct. In the beginning, try to trust in your instinct. If you don't feel aligned with your instinct, or you don't feel like it's really working for you, then maybe try different videos, try different means. But my suggestion is to start with guided meditations. And I'm hearing the wise woman is representing those that are leading you in the guided meditation. Sometimes you have to turn to somebody else to help you get started. I know for me, I now can meditate on my own, but I prefer to do a lot more guided meditation. So I have a whole playlist full of guided meditations, and in the mornings, I just kind of pick what I want. Sometimes I'll pick frequencies or subliminals, and I'll just kind of sit and let that help guide my meditation. So, don't be worried if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know, how to do it. Spirit is saying you can do it. There is no right or wrong way. The point is to just get started. Don't wait until January for whoever this is for, whoever this is resonating with. Please don't sit and say, okay, starting January 1st. That sentence is coming out of somebody's mouth, or that sentence went off in somebody's head when they heard this, and Spirit is saying, no, we're not waiting till January. We're going to start ASAP. So, the sooner the better, right? Don't force yourself. Don't feel pressured. If you have reasons why you'd rather it be January 1st, that's between you and your spirit team. But my spirit is saying for that person who just said, okay, bet, I'll start looking it up now and we'll get started January 1st. Baby, you can look it up and get started at the moment you find something. So, whenever, and know that you can meditate day and or night, okay? You can meditate while you sitting in a Zoom meeting. You can meditate while you're at work, and you just kind of have, I'm like, envisioning somebody that works for a restaurant or retail or something like that, where you have downtime, where you're just kind of doing something that you can kind of do on autopilot. Excellent time to meditate. You'd be surprised at things that shake in the mind when you're doing a mundane task that doesn't necessarily require your full attention, but it's giving your body something to do. So you're not fidgeting, you're not moving, you're doing something, but you're allowing your mind to go to another space. So I'm definitely hearing that. And we have the Water Guardian reminding us to connect to your emotions. So it goes right in line with that meditation. The point of a good meditation is to get some kind of clarity, right? To get some kind of direction. Well, we definitely want to be connected to our emotions. And I'm definitely hearing that in 2026, we're working on being emotionally responsible. And that's definitely a part of our self-restoration process, is learning how to be emotionally responsible. Not everything requires a response. Not everything requires an opinion or even a thought. It's okay for someone to say something and you to have absolutely no input on that. Absolutely no opinion. Absolutely nothing to say about it. It's perfectly okay to protect your energy and your emotions by being emotionally responsible with what you react to, as opposed to reacting. You want to respond. There's somebody who's had emotional issues. Maybe you've been very depressed. I know a lot of us, obviously this is the season, as it's been said, that a lot of us fall into depression. Those of us that do or do not have family, or don't have a bond with our family, or we're going through whatever 2025 is done all year long. This is your sign to know that moving into 2026, you're going to be more emotionally responsible, and in your self-restoration process, which is why you even found this video, you're going to, with your meditations, right? With your meditations and your taking care of your health, you're ultimately going to become more aligned with your emotions. And when you put a conscious effort towards sharing your energy, which I personally feel is aligned with my emotions, right? If I'm angry, then I have wild, crazy energy. When I'm really sad, then I'll kind of have low vibrational or very heavy energy. When I'm very happy, it's bright, sunny, joyful energy, right? So our emotions and our energy are tied. You want to be mindful of where you spread your energy, and you want to be mindful of where you spread your emotions and how you express your emotions, right? So I'm hearing all of that. All of that. And trust and believe, it definitely aligns with myself as well. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Thank you. So yes, in our self-restoration process, we're working. I also heard that we're working on our mind, right? The wise one is representing the wisdom comes from the mind, right? So we're working on our mind, our body, right? Medicine Guardian, working on healing our body, working on movement, we're working on health care, working on, getting out here and making sure that we stay on top of how we feel. And I said in the beginning that I felt a little tickle, so I am feeling the energy of someone who's feeling sick or feeling like, yeah, like they're not feeling so well. You need to drink some tea. Somebody's grandmother or ancestor or somebody's elder taught them how to make a special tea for this. Remember that. I'm also hearing share that wealth. I'm not saying it selfishly, I promise you. I literally heard share that wealth. So if there is someone who knows, has a special remedy for a tea or a tincture, I'm hearing, then yeah, I heard you have a responsibility to share that. But, use that at your own discretion, however that reverberates for you. Somebody is feeling really good listening to this. It's making them smile because there are things that they've been questioning or thinking about or wondering about, and it just made them feel really good. I'm hearing covered, warm, calm. I'm definitely feeling this like deep feeling of like a deep exhale and a feeling of calm and warmth. So thank you, whoever that is that saw this and is feeling that, because that's confirmation for me that, I did the right thing by jumping back out here and jumping on real quick, because, I have to, like I said, care for my small one who isn't feeling well, but luckily for me, she's still asleep. So, all right. So I did say that I would share what I had gotten from my rune cards. So, again, if I don't pronounce it right, I apologize. I'm still learning. But let me share what I got. So the first rune card I got was Perthro. Perthro. And it says uncertain meaning, a secret matter, a mystery, hidden things and occult abilities, initiation, knowledge of one's own destiny, knowledge of future matters, determining the future of your path. So from that immediately, it tied right on into this Wise One card. Somebody who is interested in the occult, somebody who is interested in their spiritual side. I'm feeling the presence of somebody who was raised heavily Christian, heavily Mormon, some kind of an organized religion that you always kind of question, and there's a part of you that was always more drawn to what's in the universe, more drawn to a celestial tie. And you've been wondering more and more, how do I get into that? But I don't want to move too fast. Remember we were talking about meditation with this card, with that self-restoration? So I'm hearing that that's going to all come clear to you. There's something that somebody has been wondering about. Somebody passed on and there was a question that you had for them and you're really, really wondering about it. That meditation card is hitting, that meditation energy is hitting me again. Meditate on that question. You'd be surprised where you'll find the answer. That's what I heard. Yeah, the hidden things and occult abilities. Like I said, there's somebody who's interested in doing tarot, who's interested in what this all means, who's asking the question in life, how does my personal life align with my spiritual self or so on. There's some questions. There's some spiritual questions. This is your confirmation to meditate on it. Start with guided meditations. I'm being called to tell you, YouTube has a plethora. There's an endless resource of knowledge. It's within you, but if you need help pulling that out, meditating is definitely perfect for that. I've just been hearing meditation. Drink a lot of water before you meditate. I'm hearing that. Drink a lot of water before you meditate. Or drink a decent amount of water. Drink some water. Okay, drink some water before you meditate. Not a lot, because you don't want to be mid-meditation. Some of us with these weak bladders. You don't want to have to jump up and or be distracted. there's my little one. Okay, let's make this quick, right? Okay, so then the second one that I got was Word. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hi. Okay, so the second one that I got is Word. Interconnectedness of the past, present, and future. That's one of the things that... Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, my. That is one of the points of your meditation as well. One of the aspects of your self-restoration. You've been trying to figure some things out. You've been looking for some answers. You've been trying to really figure out whether this lifestyle is for you. You have to... I'm hearing that you have to look into your past to figure out your present, which will lead you to your future. So if you have been thinking about getting into tarot, if you have been thinking about just anything on the spiritual plane, again, I'm hearing meditate on it. I think the overall theme of this self-restoration is meditation, because with that meditation, you open up the doors to so many other things. I can't tell you how many times I might have felt really heavy, and then I meditated, it gave me energy, I was able to move. If somebody was doing something or saying something that I didn't like, that meditation helped to set my emotional regulation in place. So there was no need for me to overreact or to even react at all. Meditation is the key to your self-restoration. I'm hearing that. And also with that interconnectedness, like I said, of past, present, and future, you're being called to meditate on any questions that you have. This again goes to the person who is thinking about a lost loved one and a question that they had for them that is just beating them down. That ancestor or that past loved one is a direct connect to your past, obviously. So to connect to the answer that you're looking for, revisit the past. Set your intention in your meditation to recover hidden messages from your subconscious of your past. I can't even say that again. That's literally how I heard it. All right, let's get into this last one so that I can end this read and get this little one some care. All right. Last we have, I'm hoping I say this right, Terzaz. I'm not hearing Thurzaz, I'm hearing Terzaz. And again, I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly. And with that, reactive force, directed force of destruction and defense, conflict, instinctual will, vital eroticism, regenerative catalyst, a tendency toward change. I heard loud and clear the Tower effect. And what I mean by the Tower effect is, for those who know about tarot, there is a card, the Tower card. It's a major arcana card, and oftentimes it represents a major change. Sometimes the universe gives us the opportunity to move things out of our way, and when we don't move fast enough, or when it's upsetting the progress of our soul's mission, the universe will come in and just get it on out the way. However they do it, however it happens, it comes on out of the way. So I'm definitely feeling the energy of someone that was feeling like they were on a destructive path, someone who has a destructive force in their life. It could be a family member, it could be a spouse, it could be someone who has been your friend for years, and sometimes you don't want to fool with them and sometimes you do. Meditate on what to do with that situation. Yeah, self-restoration is all about meditation today. It's all about meditation. I think with this Tower card, I'm feeling the energy of somebody that wants to change their entire trajectory. They want to change the entirety of their life, and they want to change it right now. And you have meditated on it. Somebody has been meditating on it, and they have gotten an answer, and they're wondering if that's, it's not even that they're wondering. It may be because the process of getting done what you want to get done. Ooh, my poor thing. I'm sorry, y'all. She's so sickly. I'm sorry, I lost it. Okay, Spirit, tell me how to say it so I can end this reading. I love how I say it. The point is, there are a lot of questions that are floating around. Whether it's questions about your body, whether it's questions about your mind, whether it's questions about the world around you, and you're being called to tie into yourself by meditating. Tune into yourself by meditating, and every answer that you are looking for is going to be there. You are going to find yourself more and more just in tuned to whatever these answers are. Somebody is watching this, and I'm just feeling questions going a mile a minute. They're very thorough questions. You're somewhat of a perfectionist. I'm feeling like a Virgo energy. You're very Virgo Taurus energy. It's funny because those are my placements. And Aries even. Somebody that's just very thorough, and you have a lot of questions floating through that head, and you're trying to figure it all out. Don't lean on your own understanding, as they say. It's time to meditate, turn to a higher power, a higher purpose, a higher self, and all the answers you're looking for will be there. So with that being said, friends, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to close out this read. I'm going to thank you so much for tuning back in, and don't worry, I won't stay away so long next time. Anybody out there feeling ill, I hope you feel better. Gonna help this one feel better. Sending love and light to all. Ashe. Blessed be. With harm to none, forever and ever. So mote it be. Ciao, ciao.